Okay, so we start off by opening up your web browser and the search bar type MSSQL download. It'll almost be the first option, so just click on that. We'll be using Microsoft SQL 2022 Developer Edition. This has all the features available in MSSQL without needing a license key. This edition is the best for testing and developing, but remember it can't be used for a production environment. So a quick download, so just open it once it's complete. The installer will launch, and then we'll hit custom to continue. Just keep in mind the location that was shown there is just the downloaded files location, not the actual installation location for MSSQL. So let it do its thing. Also keep in mind there are Azure functions or options in the installation, but we're going to skip those. We're just doing on-prem. And also I'm installing this on a virtual machine. So some of the resolution sizes will be different than your machine, but it just makes me easier to clean up the install and do other database installs from a clean snapshot. Yeah, so once the extraction is finished, it does take some time. I did speed it up, but we will see how long it takes. The installer will automatically launch, and then that's where we pretty much start off. As of this video right now, there is a 2025 version that's out for release, and I will be looking at that later today just to see the new features and if the installation has changed at all, because there is a new Management Studio as well, which we will be touching in this video. So download's finished. Now the installer is going to launch. Some of these steps for you will go a lot faster just because I'm using a virtual machine and resources are limited. So once the center opens up, we're going to go on the left side, the left pane, to installation. And then we're going to choose the first option, which is a new SQL Server standalone installation. You can also use the same option to add different features post installation of the instance, which you'll see, but for now we're only going to be installing the database engine. Within the same window you can also install things like data tools, but we're just covering the basic installation of the database engine. Okay, so you can see there the edition is developer, and you don't need a product key. You can also see evaluation express, which is different versions of SQL. Accept the terms. So I'm going to turn on update, but you wouldn't really do this in production as updates will need more planning with your team or with application owners. You can ignore the firewall because everything we're doing is within the machine. And I'll be ignoring the Azure option as I'm not going to be using that. So here's the features. I'll just be doing database engine services and nothing else. I will be making another video for replication soon to show how that works. Down there are the directory for the installation. I'm leaving default, but you can change as needed. So I have a habit of using named instance no matter what. So the default will stay the same as MSSQL Server, but just if I was you, I would keep it the same habit just because you want to make sure it's named what you named it. So these options we can leave as default as well, unless your infrastructure team has specific account names that you want to run under. You see agent is manual, but if you do decide to use it, it'll automatically start up for you. Here, I tend to use mixed mode. And since I install, it creates a user called SA, and I set a complex password here. Keep that password handy because we'll use it to log in the first time we jump in. I also add the administrators group, not the actual user, but the group. So any user under administrators within AD can access the instance without creating, their own user. Because if they have admin on the system, then most likely they'll need admin on SQL because this is a SQL instance box, for example. This page we will check, just our settings, instance name, directories, the user added, so the administrators group. It's just a quick overview that you can check. Just making sure all your settings are correct, and you can also just, if you want to go back, you can change them. Then we'll hit install and watch it go. Also, if you have any questions or you want to see a feature set up, just feel free to comment and I can work on that. There is a lot of things within MSSQL that people in the industry use, but it's so widespread that it's really hard to see everything really all in one place, especially if you're a single DBA. A lot of the features within SQL might be delegated to another person or another team, so just keep that in mind. Okay, looks like we're done here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to install SSMS, but you can see it's there within the features, but sometimes you need to do it standalone, so we'll go that route. I'll open up Internet Browser again, and then search for SSMS download. Again, it should be the first link, usually. And then once you click on it, from there, we'll scroll down until you see the download and install option. Just right here. So we're doing SSMS 21. Open the file and hit continue. There will be a Windows security warning. Just hit OK. So, okay, I'll need to configure a few things for Visual Studio, as SSMS now comes bundled with Visual Studio. The previous versions it didn't. This part shouldn't take too long. So we won't be choosing any other options. There are a few, like if you go to individual components. One sec, sorry. See my screen, it cuts off. So the install is on the right side. But yeah, if you go to individual components, you'll see SSAS, SSRS, but we're not going to be touching those. Installation files and language packs, say default. We're not going to be needing to add anything out of the ordinary. And then, as I said, because of the register size, it gets cut off. So I'm just going to slide it over. And then I'll see install on the bottom right. And hit it. This also will be relatively fast. Management Studio isn't too big of a program. So it won't take too long to download and install. As you can see, it's downloading in tandem with being installed, which does help. Alright, so once it's finished installing, hit OK. And we're going to close up everything. Just because I'm going to show you how to launch it from Windows. So hit search and type in SSMS and open it. There is a new version of SSMS that's coming out, 22, but I'll put that in the SQL 2025 video once I get around to looking it up. I'm going to skip and add accounts later. So I'm not going to import anything. Hit no. Okay, here I usually put local when logging in, just so I'm not hitting another server by accident. I'll change authentication to SQL Server authentication, and then we'll use the SA user I mentioned along with the complex password he entered in the installation phase. And then at the bottom here, I'll change encryption optional because we're not using an encrypted login, and then I'll hit connect. And then boom, you're in. This is the instance. So you can see, databases, the system databases, the logins. You see my essay there and my built-in administrators group. A lot of DBAs will spend a lot of time within that login group to make sure there's no weird logins or a login with too many permissions that they don't need. Another good one is your SQL logs. If there's ever an issue, the logs is very helpful. So it's good to just be familiar with it and always remember to check it if anything goes wrong. And yeah, if anything else, or if you have any other questions or want to see any other features, please let me know. And thank you. Take care.